We had a cold spring in Western Washington, so by June, Blythe and I were ready for some heat. Add the fact that Blythe, who makes things from found objects like rocks, was in need of a resupply. One place that we knew had an abundance of both was Utah. So we headed out to the Last Chance Desert and environs to do some exploring and rockhounding.
Where did those rocks come from?
As you can see, it didn't take us long to find rocks. Unfortunately, some were just too big to take home. The first order of business, though, was to find a good camp spot. So I took Blythe out to Seger's Hole. I'd been here before, and it's a pretty awesome spot. So check it out. There are several overlook spots here that are great for camping. I covered pretty thoroughly what this looks like in my first episode on the Swell this year. So here's just a taste. But it was a bit windy. It was tossing the drone all over the place. So we decided to keep looking. Okay, made it.
Cheers!
I think we're gonna have to wait a minute though.
Unless you run a really good char on it. Yeah.
The wind did this. Spilled beer on my seat. So if I smell boozy tomorrow, oh well.
But there's nobody here. We haven't run into one person the whole day.
That's true.
Where are we?
We're at Cedar Mountain, near Mussentuchit, which I love that name.
Mussentuchit, but it's spelled.
It's spelled Mussentuchit, only it's like cowboy spelling. Mussentuchit.
Native Peoples. A Native Peoples site.
I don't think any native people.
There's no rock art or anything here, so. But we've seen a couple of animals, rodents particularly. So the cool thing about this is the volcanic dikes, right?
Yeah. We went out to Seger's Hole overlook. I've camped there before. It's really an amazing view out there.
I was scared because it was too much of a drop, too close to the edge.
It was calling you, huh? Please jump, jump.
Yeah, this is better. It's a little exposed, and you can't see it, but there's a really cool volcanic wall about 30 feet high that the high winds come over, so we're not.
Yeah, we're sheltered here.
We're sheltered, yeah.
Out on that point, it was blowing like hell. And that's no bueno.
Speaking of rocks, we made a good rock haul so far.
Oh man. You know,
So-
I'm not a rock hound so much. And the last time I came out here, I was grooving on the Geology, which has all of these volcanic dikes. So it's sedimentary rock, and then these dikes break through, cracks in the rocks, and they come to the surface. And you see them, and they're like in almost straight lines. We'll get some pictures tomorrow. But with the volcanism comes hot. Water comes up through the water table and deposits agate, microcrystalline quartz, chalcedony.
We're seeing lots of jaspers, carnelians, all sorts of stuff. Agates.
I mean,
Banded agate, petrified wood.
you'll go to this place that looks just like a dirt mound or something, but it's got a bunch of gravel on it. You think it's gravel, but how did gravel get on top of this? Well, it turns out it eroded out, and all of these chalcedony versions are really, really hard. So they're the ones that stay, and the rest kind of washes away. So it looks like gravel, but if you get out and look closer, it's very cool.
We have to thank our YouTube friends, because we're watching a lot of rockhounding channels, like Adventures of Shadow and
Adventures of Shadow.
Jared is currently rockhounding. And
Rugged Rockhound.
Rugged Rockhound. And a lot of and Ellie. Anyway, we are learning about stuff, and it's been really fun. So now we're not stuck with books. We can go look at the geological formations and find rocks without even being tied to a book or.
So you're an expert now?
Oh no, but I know certain kind of rocks for my tables that I can use. That's the
You're an
important part.
expert.
I'm an expert for what I only need. But
Well, we're having some delicious gourmet hamburgers with our new carbon steel pan. That's what I was trying to say. Not cast iron. Although, I don't know, it's just about as heavy as cast iron.
you don't want to use non-stick. Wouldn't that give you instant cancer? You use a non-stick straight on fire like
Got
that?
non-stick in the back too.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just cooler, The cool kids who go camping have carbon steel, so we got to be cool.
We're not cool, but we're copying people.
Yeah, we're copying people that are cool.
Yeah. I have a good campfire story. When I was a kid, I told my little cousins, who were like 6 and 7, or maybe younger, that they were throwing styrofoam cups on a fire. I told them there were caterpillars that were in the styrofoam and they were dying, and so they were trying to pull out the styrofoam cups with their bare hands.
That's why they shrivel
And we're
up.
getting burnt, and I got in trouble.
You're evil.
I got in trouble really bad. So they don't believe me anymore. I lost their trust.
Well, little cousins are. Did you do that to your sister too? She's
No,
smaller than
I've
you.
always told her everything that's true.
Why? Because you think that she might listen to this?
Yeah.
Oh. Good plan. I never picked on my sister because she was too. I don't know. She didn't fight back.
Well, you
So
were.
she was too nice. So I didn't pick on her. Not that I remember
You
anyway.
picked on her because she would tattle on you and you would get in trouble.
Well, yeah, that's true. She was kind of a tattletale. I remember one time, though, a friend of mine was staying overnight at the house, and obviously we're kids, and she had her own room, and she was sleeping. I got it in my mind that it'd be nice to scare my sister. So I took this vacuum cleaner hose, and I snuck into her bedroom when she was asleep, and I put the vacuum hose underneath her pillow or right near her pillow, and laid down next to the bed. And then I went in the vacuum cleaner hose, and she jumped up and started screeching at the top of her lungs. And the dog that slept with her, a little Pomeranian, just went ape shit. You know,
Pretty mean. And
I thought it was funny. I
that
laughed about.
explains a lot about her.
I still laugh about
And you.
that to this day. It was worth it.
Yeah.
But boy, I got in a lot of trouble.
Well, I got beaten with a teasing comb, but I was usually really too fast to be caught. We had a round table, and so we would run around the round table. And my mom would say, stand still and I can come and slap you in the face. And we're like, no. And she would chase us around.
She thought you were stupid.
And we were faster than her. So we usually never got in trouble. I mean, we never got beat. All the parents never do that now. They don't do that.
No, I think they'd probably be thrown in jail if they did that.
Right.
It's like child abuse.
That's like the Amber Alert that we just had. That's what the Amber Alert was about.
Yeah. Chasing somebody with a teasing comb, they get thrown in the hoosegow.
Yeah. You know, it supposedly gave us character, though. And I teased my hair, so learned how to use one.
I didn't heat them up on there, but I don't know if you want it that or if you just want
You flip them and then put the cheese on so it melts really good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're not gonna do it like a pancake turn, are you?
I don't think it's seasoned well enough. Ooh,
really?
looks nice and browned on that side. Ooh, that looks good.
So Kenji would
have a better seasoned pan, I think.
and he would have ground his own
Exactly.
beef.
I'm going to do that
different kinds of
someday.
things.
I'm going to try that. However, Kenji would agree that American cheese is the best. I don't even think we need to put it on there. Just putting it on when it come off is good enough.
There was Velveeta and there was one called
Old English. That's,
Old English.
That's
yeah.
sharp Velveeta.
Yeah, sharp. What do they do to make it sharp? Oh gosh. Uh-oh.
That's age.
Oh God. Yeah, they don't make that anymore. Aliens built that right there.
I'm pretty sure aliens did that. Or a very ancient civilization that predates the ice ages.
Cretaceous man.
Or
Pre-Cretaceous.
it could just be volcanic dike. Nah.
This is really cool because look at the little white stripes in this rock. What do you think it is, Pat? Calcite strips?
I think so. The rock's cracked, and then this hard water comes up through there.
Yeah, you see it,
I guess.
broken pieces of that white material, and it looks like porcelain almost. Anyway, pretty cool. Look at this.
So we're wondering what this white that's formed, it's not along the bedding lines, it's perpendicular, so it's coming through the cracks of the stone. I think it's calcite, but I don't, yeah, see, it's formed right there too in a kind of a vertical.
And you can see it's kind of exposed.
Yeah,
Or it's exposed
and it's
almost like a bone structure.
It's tougher than this mudstone or whatever it is. Very cool. And pretty. Who would expect?
Up there, you can really see it. It actually becomes like skeletal.
Looks like a lace work.
Yeah. Very cool.
We'll test it when we get home. We'll put some acid on it. Oh, that is awesome. Okay, we just got out of the Carlyle Wash, and right up where we're going, it looks like it's raining like hell. And there's nothing worse than bentonite and rain. See? Really cool.
This is Pat landing the drone. Let's see if he can do it. We have touchdown.
I wonder if that's Solomon's Temple. Pretty cool looking. We scared him. Blythe wants to do some rock hounding, but the first thing we got to check out is this carcass.
I think it might be a cow.
What happened to this poor fella or gal?
I think it's a cow because it's too big to be something else.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of cattle out here. So we stole the skull.
They took the skull. Where's the hoof?
Right.
I might take
Yeah.
a vertebrae, but it might be too hard to get. No,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get it. Can't get
Are
it.
you trying to steal bones?
No. If it was just came loose real easy, I'd take one. Cool though, right?
Well, not cool for the cow,
Well, yeah, you know.
but you don't see it very
Poor
often.
guy. I thought it was a. At first, I thought he was a antelope, but he's too big. Here, look at that. Oh, shit. All right.
Thunderclouds here.
I'm at the Rockhounding area. Last Chance Road. I mean, everybody was right. There's agates everywhere. And I think there just gets to be more of them as you go further up into the hills. Pretty crazy. We call Agate Hill. You can just kind of see the whole hill is agates. So I'm just going to pick until my bucket is full. And I'll have enough.
as we can get.
Really slow. Stay there forever. Seems to decide to worry.
No, we don't.
Good news. No.
Oh, there they go. Second fastest lander.